oh, this is demonic. This is clearly demonic.
What if the next name to shake Hollywood isn't who you expect, but the one nobody dares to question? When Joe Rogan casually mentioned that powerful people operate in circles the public could never fully understand.
Evidence that they're talking about
in pretty obscene ways.
Horrifying ways. So that was the thing that, like, even when I talked to Mike Benz about that, he was sort of incredulous about that. It's like, I don't think they would use and it just doesn't make any sense if it got caught, but it just seems like...
Yeah, if Mike Benz was incredulous,
I know.
That's pretty...
The internet did what it always does. It started connecting dots, and one name kept rising to the surface. Not because he directly accused her, not because there was proof, but because, as some online observers put it, the pattern feels impossible to ignore. Beyonce, now let's be clear. Rogan never stood up and said, she's next. He didn't declare war on the music industry, but critics argue that when he speaks about elite networks, about secretive influence, about how fame and power often stretch beyond what fans see, people start looking at the most untouchable figures in entertainment. And in today's cultural hierarchy, few are more untouchable than Beyoncé. Year after year, award show after award show, something unusual happens when she's in the room. It's subtle. It's emotional. And depending on who you ask, it's either deep respect.
Much to me, especially on the night before Michael Jackson's birthday. He had such a huge influence on me, Gaga, and our next performer, Beyonce.
Or something stranger. Remember the moment Adele won Album of the Year over Beyoncé's Lemonade? Instead of celebrating fully, she visibly struggled. She praised Beyoncé repeatedly. She even broke her Grammy in half on stage, saying the award truly belonged to her. Some saw humility, others saw pressure. Then there was Lizzo, fighting back tears, apologizing almost, saying Beyoncé changed her life. Again, admiration. Or was it something deeper? Online theories suggest there's an unspoken rule in the industry. If you win in a category where Beyoncé is nominated, you acknowledge her first. Is that coincidence? Or conditioning? It didn't start there. Go back to the 2009 MTV Video Music Awards. Taylor Swift wins Best Female Video. The crowd cheers. And then suddenly, Kanye West storms the stage. Beyoncé had one of the best videos of all time. The moment became one of the most controversial interruptions in award show history.
I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. One of the best videos of all.
At the time, it seemed like chaos. But years later, some viewers began re-examining that clip. Was Kanye defending artistic integrity? Or, as certain conspiracy-leaning commentators speculate, was he protecting Taylor from backlash for not publicly honoring Beyoncé first? Again, there is no verified proof of any secret rule, but the repetition keeps fueling speculation, and that's where Rogan's broader commentary enters the conversation. On multiple episodes of his show, Rogan has discussed how Hollywood operates in layers. Public image at the top, networks of influence beneath. He's referenced figures tied to powerful circles before, including controversial names like Jeffrey Epstein, when talking about elite access and secrecy. He has warned that fame doesn't always function the way fans think it does. That sometimes there are gatekeepers. Sometimes there are alliances. Sometimes there are systems. So when people hear Rogan discuss hidden power structures...
Huh?
Yeah, I'm in the files for not going, because Jeffrey Epstein was trying to meet with me.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah, and I was like, what?
I'm like, no thanks.
Yeah.
Aren't you glad?
I remember Beyonce's video visual that she did.
Yellow. She did Oshun. Riches and beauty and love, all those things, yes.
And she put it in a video.
Yeah.
Was she supposed to film that?
No, that's fine. First of all, Oshun loves that.
Okay.
You have to have parties for her. You have to be beautiful in her day, like how she had that dress and that what is that thing on her head? It's like a tiara, but it was huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. She loves those things. She loves everything pretty and girly, and riches. So Beyonce.
What is it? I hear so much about it. What is it though?
She's crowned Oshun, and so Oshun signifies everything that I just noted. So basically, she has these parties and gives her offerings and things like that for her blessing.
Is that what the fruit is?
Yeah.
They start asking uncomfortable questions about those who appear to benefit most consistently from the system. And Beyonce's dominance is undeniable. Grammys, cultural impact, fashion influence, billion-dollar tours, decades at the top, an almost mythic level of loyalty from fans. Her public image is carefully curated, regal, controlled, nearly flawless. But here's where the narrative shifts. Over the years, a handful of individuals have made unusual claims. Singer Jaguar Wright has publicly suggested that Beyoncé is part of something far more spiritual and secretive. A former drummer once filed legal paperwork referencing alleged extreme witchcraft.
Anything, and I really want to make that clear, I want nothing to do with this person. Like, this was not to up my career, this was not to jumpstart my drumsticks, my CDs, my music, my label. I don't want anything to do with this. If you even offered me money, if anybody was offering money for interviews, I would not take it. I don't want anything to do with this person. Like, I want it dead. And it's even as far as me taking the legal matter and taking steps into putting it on writing and saying it, literally, that I don't want anything to do with this entire situation.
Those claims were never proven in court. No criminal charges. No verified confirmation. Yet the allegations linger in the digital space, resurfacing whenever the conversation about Hollywood secrecy reignites. Then there's the symbolism. Online theorists often point to Beyoncé's visual albums, her references to Oshun, African spirituality, goddess imagery, golden aesthetics, ritual-like choreography. To most cultural scholars, this is artistic expression rooted in heritage and empowerment. To conspiracy forums, it's something else entirely. They see patterns. They see symbolism. They see intention. But symbolism in art does not equal conspiracy. That's important. Art has always borrowed from mythology, religion, and mysticism. From Renaissance paintings to modern music videos. Still, the internet doesn't operate on nuance. It operates on pattern recognition psychology. When multiple award speeches revolve around one figure, when multiple artists publicly defer to one icon, when imagery carries spiritual themes, the human brain looks for a unifying explanation. Is this admiration? Is this industry politics?
About the producers, you didn't talk about the writers, you didn't talk about the team that helped you get there. Your whole speech was about how great Beyonce is.
Beyonce, my eyes are wet. You changed my life. You sang that gospel medley, and the way you made me feel, I was like, I want to make people feel this way with my music. So thank you so much.
Or is this something more coordinated? Psychologists call it apophenia, the tendency to perceive meaningful connections between unrelated things. And in the social media age, epiphania spreads at the speed of Wi-Fi. Clips get stitched together. Comments get amplified. Narratives form. On TikTok and X, you'll find threads compiling every time an artist thanked Beyoncé first. You'll find slowed-down video edits of performances with ominous music layered underneath. You'll find users claiming there's an aura that feels dark. None of this is evidence, but it is engagement, and engagement fuels the story. Even Rogan himself often emphasizes that questioning power structure is healthy, but jumping to conclusions without evidence is dangerous. That nuance, however, rarely survives once clips go viral. The phrase, "Beyoncé is next," began trending in some circles, not because Rogan declared it, but because people projected his broader warnings onto the most visible figure in music. It's the contrast that makes it compelling. On one hand, Beyoncé is presented as the ultimate professional, private, strategic, focused on legacy, a business powerhouse alongside Jay-Z. On the other hand, online critics frame her as part of a mysterious elite class, insulated from controversy, protected by influence. Two completely different narratives, same person. And here's the twist that keeps the conversation alive. In an era where celebrities are routinely exposed for scandals, leaked messages, hidden behavior, Beyoncé has remained largely untouched. No major public meltdowns, no viral courtroom drama, no career-ending revelations. For some, that's proof of discipline. For others, that's suspicious. Why does nothing ever stick? Critics ask, but longevity in entertainment often comes down to control.
We practice it like senorita or somebody.
Beyonce.
Some people do. Beyonce practice. She a child of Ocean. She a child of Ocean. She got songs. She got songs like talking about her ancestor. Every time she dressed up like her ancestor. When she was pregnant, she dressed up as Ocean.
So the way the world is now, I think people think icons are born that way.
Tight teams, careful branding, selective interviews, strategic silence. Those are standard industry practices. Yet when Rogan discusses elite protection networks, audiences retroactively apply that framework to whoever seems most powerful. It's not about proof. It's about perception. Social media reactions are divided. Her fans call the theories absurd, disrespectful, rooted in misogyny and fear of powerful women. Skeptics argue that blind loyalty prevents accountability in any industry. And somewhere in the middle sits the average viewer, watching clips, reading comments, trying to decide whether this is cultural mythology forming in real time, or just another internet storm built on speculation. There is still no verified evidence tying Beyoncé to any criminal cabal. No official investigation. No credible documentation confirming occult leadership claims. That matters. But what also matters is how narratives spread. Rogan opens a door by talking about elite secrecy in general. The internet fills the room with names. Beyoncé's name echoes louder than most because of her status. And the cycle continues. The mysterious theme repeats: influence, protection, hierarchy, coincidence, or system. Maybe the real story isn't about witches or secret covens at all.
Life is Beyonce, and this album for me, the Lemonade album, was just so monumental. Beyonce, it was so monumental.
What can't be seen in that clip, though, is that yes, Adele broke her Album of the Year Grammy in half, apparently to give to Beyonce, in a scene reminiscent of Mean.
Maybe it's about how fame in the digital age transforms artists into mythic figures. How admiration can look like worship. How success can look like immunity. And maybe the question isn't whether Beyoncé is next. Maybe the question is why we're so eager to believe that anyone at the top must be hiding something darker beneath the crown. Because if every powerful figure is assumed guilty of something unseen, what does that say about how much trust we've lost in institutions altogether? So I'll leave you with this. When you watch those award speeches again, when you see artists emotionally praising her, when you hear Rogan discuss hidden networks, do you see coincidence? Do you see respect? Or do you see a pattern forming? Let me know what you think in the comments. Keep the conversation respectful. And if you're curious about the deeper dynamics of Hollywood power structures, watch the next video, because this story might just be the beginning.